This woman experienced a terrible incident while on patrol using a fighter plane. At that time she and her friend were on patrol, but a missile targeted them. They both had to escape from the plane and fell in an Afghan area. Sinclair had to lose her friend because she tried to protect herself from the enemy. Sinclair retaliated, but she was cornered at a steel door. The door finally opened because the enemy fired an RPG which made a gap in the door. The door led to a secret room that looked abandoned for a long time. There Sinclair found several important documents. But the deeper she went in, the more strange she found there. A stench that began to sting until there was a kind of tube containing an unclear creature. Because of the shooting, one of the tubes broke. Then from behind, the enemy was attacked by a terrible creature that came out of the tube. What happened? Even Sinclair also saw it. One by one the enemy was slaughtered by the terrible creature. Sinclair managed to get out and tried to lock the door with a padlock. At the same time there was an enemy who was scared and ran away from there. Not long after, Sinclair was found by several American military members on patrol. Arriving at headquarters, Sinclair told the story of what he had experienced. It seemed like there was an illegal experiment being built by the enemy, but the mayor did not believe Sinclair's words. The mayor might not believe Sinclair, but Sinclair managed to record some of the creatures. The mayor would study it whether Sinclair was right or just hallucinating. Unlike the major, this man named Hook did not seem to underestimate Sinclair's words. Maybe there was a crazy person doing strange experiments around here. Meanwhile, Sinclair received medical treatment and saw the man who ran away that night. The man was named Kabir. He looked very shocked. Then for some reason he suddenly could speak English and said that they'd better be careful when night falls. What was he talking about? Kabir seemed to be talking about the terrible creature. When night fell, the major tried to investigate what Sinclair said. He asked for information from the center, then he also watched the recording of Sinclair when he saw the creature. It seemed they were in danger. The night seemed calm. But suddenly one of the soldiers disappeared, then a groan was heard from a distance which turned out to be the creature. Suddenly there became a battlefield between the soldiers and the terrible creature. Its shape was like venom and ferocious. They would slaughter anyone in front of them. Even the major was attacked by the monster. Sinclair was also targeted by them. Then it was seen that the monster wanted to do something to him. Luckily, Kabir cut the monster's tongue and finished it off. They were endless. So Sinclair and the others entered the container until morning came. Kabir said this was all they could do for now. When in the morning the monster was gone, the major and the others tried to research where this monster came from. Wilkes, one of the surgeons, performed surgery on the monster. And it turns out that the monster has the same organs as humans. Then when exposed to sunlight, the monster's skin looks blistered. So the mayor has received information from the center that it turns out that this monster came from the results of a crazy experiment by the Russian army. One time in the 70s they found a plane crash, but its shape was strange. From there the Russian army tried to make an experiment by combining human DNA and unknown creatures, with the aim of creating troops that were resistant to bullets. But their weakness is that they can only survive at night. Not long after, the monster rose and tied Sinclair's neck. They panicked, and the mayor gave up his life and exploded with the monster. When he was tied, Sinclair felt that his mind was being read by the monster. It seemed that was their way of fighting humans. If this was the case, they would have no chance of winning. The only way, they had to go into the monster's nest and blow it up. At first they didn't want to join Sinclair, but in the end this was all for humanity. They made a plan and prepared to hit the monsters in their nest. When Hook was just starting to be pulled by one of the monsters, they thought Hook was gone, but it turned out he was still holding on. Sinclair wants to save Hook no matter what. In the end they all go in while Wilkes stands guard outside. Sinclair and his team have to move quickly because Wilkes gets information from the center that they will blow up the area with a rocket, which will certainly make it easier for them to eliminate the monsters. But they have to hurry to save Hook. In the end, the battle against the monster cannot be avoided. One by one they fall. The situation is getting more desperate. Sinclair has no choice but to go back up. But above, Wilkes is busy with his battle with the enemy. The car holding their elevator is not strong enough and will slowly fall. On the other hand, Kabir, who is facing the monster, realizes that the monster is his father. So all this time his father disappeared. It turned out to be used as an experiment by irresponsible parties. Kabir falls along with the car that hit him, while Sinclair and Hook prepare to escape. Above, they help Wilkes, who is being held by the enemy. They rush to escape from there, and the rocket blows up the area along with the monster's nest. That was the storyline of the film The Lair. If you like this video, don't forget to leave a like and see you